It is Black Friday. I just got Cabela's slash Bass Pro Shops ad in the mail, and I'm pretty excited to go see what they have. So I'm going to go check out some of these things in the store, and then I'm going to talk you through what I think are the best deals and probably a few that I think aren't worth your money.
Gear up and get outside.
Starting with the first page, which you see on the cover, is Black Friday stuff. They kind of have two things going on in this ad. They've got stuff that's only for Black Friday, kind of the doorbuster and big deals, and then stuff that's going on all week long, November 20th through the 26th of 2023. From the front page, here's what I would be interested in. If you like the Bass Pro Shops brand, then why not get a cheap hoodie? That's a nice extra thing to wrap up for not very much money. And then the hats. You know, I'm wearing one right now. It is a hat that's kind of trendy popular right now. So if you don't like the trendy popular stuff, avoid it. But shoot, it's a hat that fits well and it's cheap and I wear it all the time. So why not? A Bass Pro Shops hat. What I do think is cool here is actually this tackle management system, they call it. It's essentially just a rack you can put in your garage on a wall or something and hang your rods up there, and it even has a little spooler to spool the line on a reel. So that might be interesting if you got a problem like me where fishing rods end up getting leaned up in the corner of the garage and go every which way, make a mess or get broken or messed up. So consider that. What I like off of this page, and these are Black Friday deals. Number one is this Moultrie Mobile Edge, a 2-pack of cameras for $100. That's a pretty good deal. Normally it's $180. I actually have one of these cameras. I've been using it this year and I really like it. It's very simple to use. It's relatively compact. The Moultrie Mobile Edge Trail Cam, 2 for $100 is a great deal. Something I would not buy from here, even though it's only $100, is this Intensity 1300R laser rangefinder. I've tried these out in the store. I've read some reviews on them as well, and I've compared them to other rangefinders. I did another video on the best hunting rangefinders that I've had a good experience with. But this just gives you some wonky readings, and it just isn't very well liked if you really read into it. So I'd probably avoid that even though it's cheap. This Garmin InReach Mini that they've got here for $200. $200 is a great deal. However, that is the first generation InReach Mini. I have one of those as well, but I have the InReach Mini 2, so it's just a little bit more compact, a little bit lighter weight, and has some additional, upgrades to tech and stuff inside. So these run $400 list price new, so $200 is a good deal. But they're probably going cheap, not only because it's Black Friday, but because they're on their way out. Buy one, get one free thermals for $20. That's a pretty great deal, and I did look through the store. I saw them, they have them for everybody in the family. So some cheap thermals. Never hurts to have another pair of base layers for skiing or hunting or camping or whatever. So this hammock chair, the original was the Nemo Stargazer, and it's a lot of money. Now there's a bunch of kind of copycats like this one from Bass Pro Shops for $50, so that's a pretty good deal. You will notice that for $40 you can get the club member price. A lot of these items in their sale are club member prices. That means you have to have their credit card, or at least to apply for it, I believe. And they are more than happy. Every associate in that store is gonna ask you to apply for their credit card. I had that happen to me today. But if you're interested in that, you can get even better deals on some of this stuff. If you already have the card, great. But if you're not interested in that, you just kind of have to look past those club member prices. Santa's Wonderland is alive and well at Cabelas and at Bass Pro Shop stores, I'm sure, also. And they'll give you a free photo with Santa. They got a Santa Claus guy there a lot. Most of the time it sounds like from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So do check that out if that's something you like to do with your kids. One thing I saw in the store and that I think looked pretty nice and I would like to have myself is this Sherpa line flannel shirt for $20. That's a good deal. And along those lines, without the Sherpa lining, is just the regular flannel shirt. Now, $18 for a decent flannel shirt is a good deal, and I think that's probably a decent flannel shirt. I did see them and feel them in the store, feel of decent quality. I'll probably be picking one of those up myself. One thing I do love and I need, because my old one disappeared when I moved once, it's a Carhartt washed duck canvas jacket. Now unfortunately this is only on sale for club members at $90, but these are excellent jackets. So if you are a club member, great time to pick one of those up. They really block the wind, they shed a little bit of water, and they're just useful for everything. If you're a dad, you're probably gonna get some socks for Christmas. If you're a grandpa or a retired dad, you're definitely gonna get some socks. So why not some of these socks? That's a decent deal for some decent wool socks. I'm sure it's a blend at that price. I can't imagine that's 100% wool, but those are the kind of socks I often wear, and I'm sure they're just fine. All right, something for the missus. My missus likes soft things and sweaters, and here they've got some nice sweaters in the store for 25% off, and they're already pretty reasonable to buy. So nice, either those pullovers with the fleece or these sweaters here are gonna be a nice buy. Now, toys for the kids. Now, I've got a son, he's starting to grow out of these kind of toys, but he's always loved these kind of trucks and little figurines, and they have some really cool ones. In fact, when I was looking at them at the store, I saw they got this float plane set with a couple animals. Looks like you're an outfitter for Alaska type of an adventure. Oh, also these little tents. So if you got little kids, now I don't have little kids this age anymore, but when we had a tent like this, and man, they played in that inside outside all the time. So that's a pretty inexpensive gift that any kid would like, or if you're a grandma or grandpa, have that at home and your grandkids are gonna love it. All right, the goofy holiday decor and holiday dress and all that's kind of fun. And I'm kind of a sucker for these blow up things you can put in your yard that light up. One, because it keeps me from having to hang a bunch of lights. My wife does say it's cheating, but I still like to do it. I'll just put a couple big things out there and wow, the kids think it's cool and it looks like you're a little bit festive, but you're spending a whole lot less time on a ladder. And then why not some of these gross looking bass sandals. Now I took a look at those, and they're of a weird kind of material. I can't imagine wearing them for any lengthy period of time, but it's sort of a gimmicky thing that might make a good stocking stuffer, or that you might just want to wear to gross out your friends. Now here's something I definitely would buy again, because I already own one, and that's this drinkware from Bass Pro Shops. I've got some of their Bass Pro Shop can coolers. Some of them can be $30, Yeti, but these are like $10 to start, and if you buy a couple, it's buy one get one 50% off, so that's an excellent deal. And one thing they've got that I have used in the past a lot, and that's the Camp Chef Explorer 2-burner stove. $130 is a decent buy. These are pretty foolproof, they're pretty easy to use, and they'll last forever. Oh, the other things that look interesting here that I don't have that I wish I had. Now these are kind of the entry-level ones. They're not going to be super heavy duty, but they'll do the trick. Is this meat grinder from Cabelas, and even this vacuum sealer from Cabelas. That's a good buy. You know, $70 for a dedicated meat grinder or a vacuum sealer. You're saving quite a bit of money there. Oh, and by the way, these and some of these others on these pages that are marked in store and online November 20th through 26th. They're available all week long, not just on Black Friday. Now here's something I know very well from Cabelas and Bass Pro Shops, and that is the Cabelas Polar Cap Equalizer Cooler. Now I have one of these. I've done extensive testing with it. I've had it for over a year. I've used it and I've tested it, and I put it through a couple different ice retention challenges up against 50 different coolers. The last one I did had 38 coolers in one go, and this thing came in second place among 38 coolers, and the first time it tied for first. So it is definitely one of the best coolers out there for just retaining ice for a long time. Oh, actually, these are the rods and reels I was looking at. That's more my price range. I don't usually get anything too fancy, and I'm looking for something for my kids, a couple of my daughters who don't have any of their own stuff. But a combo for $80 for a decent rod and reel to get going. That's probably a good starter reel, or just a notch up from it's not the cheapest of the cheap, so that's nice. But these Prodigy ones from Bass Pro Shops are a good way to go. This Pflueger President XT reel is a good deal at $60. That's 40% off. I'm not sure about this fly reel, or that I trust it to be of decent quality. One of these Garmin Striker 4 fish finders. Now this is kind of like the cheapest of what you can get, an entry-level fish finder. But people love it. It performs well. It's reliable. It hasn't changed a lot in quite a while, but it'll do the job, and it's only $100 compared to hundreds, if not thousands of bucks for some of these others. But one of the best deals, if not the best in this whole ad, I believe, is this Ascend 10-foot kayak package. Now this is a sit-on-top fishing kayak, really designed for fishing. It's a paddle kayak, so it doesn't have the foot motor or the electric motor. You got room for a cooler, you got room for all your gear, you could put in some tracks. 10 foot's kind of small, but it'd be great for small water or streams, flat water streams, but it's not going to be good for big water. But what makes it such a great deal is it comes with the vest and a paddle, and it's all of it together is $500. Just the kayak alone normally is $700. So that's an excellent deal for the package, and I know my son would love one. I have some of these as well, these Walker's hearing protection or ear muffs for shooting. They're great, they're electronic. You can adjust it so that you can still hear people talking well, but it'll muffle the shots that are at high decibel ranges. So that's a great buy on those, that hearing protection. I would definitely pick some of those up if you're looking. Also these steel targets. Now I've never owned a steel target, still don't, but I might have to pick this one up because that is a pretty good deal. Believe it or not, they're more expensive than I would have expected, but $70 for a steel target like that would be great, especially if you're practicing shooting at longer ranges. Just getting that audible feedback is not only helpful, but it's fun. When I shot with Ron Spomer recently, he put a video on his channel about that. He helped me learn how to shoot longer range out at 300 and 400 yards. I was shooting still targets and it was a kick. Well, rifle didn't kick. It was a hoot. And then why not one of these dry storage ammo boxes? Those work great, not just for ammo, but for any kind of gear. Camera gear, stuff you want to keep dry and not get crushed and you're taking it on a camping trip. $10, oh, why not? This is interesting. It doesn't hurt to have a couple extra camo t-shirts, and for 2 for $20 is a really good deal. Same can be said for these hoodies. You know, you're gonna be advertising for Bass Pro Shops or Cabelas, but a camo hoodie or a semi-camo hoodie for $30 is also a good deal. And then there's Sitka camo on sale at 25% off. Now, that doesn't sound like anything crazy, but for Sitka, that's a good deal. Sitka rarely goes on sale. They kind of keep their prices high. While it is expensive technical hunting apparel, if you can afford it, it's worth it and it lasts a long time. Now, I have some Sitka gear. In fact, if you're gonna get a couple things, I did a video on what I love most from Sitka, but this Jetstream jacket is amazing. I really love this. It's great in kind of all weather conditions as an outer layer. It's a soft shell. It has some water protection, some wind protection, great pockets, great fit, all that. I also love the Sitka mountain pant, and I love just their kind of core long sleeve shirt that's really lightweight. And to wrap it up, here is this inflatable life vest. Now this goes on sale all week, but that's a decent deal for one of those. If you don't want the big cumbersome life vest when you're out on a boat, that's a cheaper way to get into these, because some of these can cost $150, $200. So $60 for one of those is a pretty decent deal. If you liked this video or thought it was helpful, give me a thumbs up and maybe let me know in the comments. I usually don't do this kind of video. I'm just trying it out, so I'm just curious what you think about it. If you're like me, on Black Friday, you won't be in a store. You'll probably be outside somewhere doing something you enjoy a little bit more, but it's nice to be able to take advantage of some of these deals, even if you're just ordering online. Happy holidays to everyone. Now gear up and get outside.